Support for Mother Under Stress from Growing Without Schooling 109. These writers are responding to a reader's letter in Growing Without Schooling 108. From Nikki Hardenberg, Massachusetts. Your letter touched my heart because I can remember those stressful times, especially when my kids were exactly those ages, 3 and 6. Now they are 12 and 15, and I am so grateful that we have been homeschooling all these years. I think a real blessing of homeschooling is that in the process of being around our kids all day, we do finally develop healthier ways of dealing with each other. I have always had the image of a crucible. Through the intense heat generated by emotional upheavals, we forged some new, healthier ways of dealing with our problems. If the kids were going off to school every day, I think we would never reach that intensity. You could call it the total immersion method. It took me a long time, years, to learn that I had a choice in my emotional reactions. More than once, my throat hurt for the rest of the day after I yelled at the kids. There may be homeschool moms who never lose their patience, but I know there are many more of us who struggle to learn new ways of dealing with our emotions. Neither my husband nor I grew up in a household in which healthy ways of dealing with anger were modeled. We are figuring this out all for ourselves as we go. Here's what I recommend for you. 1, if you don't already, I hope you can afford to get a computer and a modem and sign on to America Online. There is a wonderful homeschool forum there, and you can be rest assured of getting support from other homeschool moms. Before I discovered this resource last year, I felt isolated as a homeschool mom. Now I feel part of a wonderful cyber community. It's the next best thing to having a wonderful friend next door who homeschools too. Second, I read Parachutes for Parents by Bobby Sandoz this year, but wish I had read it long ago. The author clearly explains the problems with getting angry at our kids and coherently helps you maintain unconditional love at the same time you are providing discipline. I especially like the thought that we need to put life on our agenda. We can't always expect that things will go according to our plans. 3, everybody says this, and it's very hard to do when you're right there on the front lines. But relax about trying to do school. If your power struggles are about academics, you really can back off. From another reader. Let me tell you how much I appreciated your letter. Your courage and honesty are wonderful. I don't have any specific advice for you, but I can tell you that I share in your feelings and struggles. My children, a boy and a girl, are 2 years apart. My son was a dynamo from his very first day. He slept little. Now almost 8, he is still dynamic. He channels a lot of his energy and intelligence into verbal jousting. He questions everything we ask him to do and is always ready to argue us to the point of exasperation. When I mentioned this to my mother, she told me I did exactly the same thing to her when I was a child. Is it genetics or similar parenting mistakes? Being in the middle of it, I can't tell, and I'm not sure it matters. It's still a constant irritating problem. My daughter, almost 6, is generally more mellow, but right now she is going through a very rambunctious physical stage. We have some days that are wonderful, some that are truly awful, and most that are all right. I try to forgive myself for outbursts of temper. I ask them to forgive me after I've calmed down. I tell them that even if I didn't like what they were doing, I could have found a better way to deal with it. I try to notice the good things they do. I try to get them together with each one every day and just snuggle on the couch for a few minutes and tell them how much I love them. I think back to my own mother, who often lost patience with us, but who also had a good side that I remember, her generosity and kindness, her intelligence and humor. She wasn't June Cleaver. She was a real person who totaled more good than bad, and I hope I'm the same. One thing that keeps me going is an idea I picked up from a Christian homeschooling author, Mary Pride. She said that a lot of mothers stop homeschooling because they assess their situation on the assumption that things are always going to be this way. But it's not true. Children change and grow. Many of the battles disappear on their own. They will learn to read. They will learn to help around the house if we get them in the habit of doing so. 3-year-olds are beautiful, but also stubborn and not tuned into the finer points of being reasoned with. But they won't always be 3. It will change. The changes my son has gone through since turning 7 are mind-boggling. He has days when he is positively awesome in maturity and helpfulness. If someone had told me those days were coming when I was struggling with a toddler, I wouldn't have believed it. but now I've seen it with my own eyes. From Sandra Brown, Minnesota. I, too, share the concerns of mother under stress. I feel that every day is a struggle for me, trying to learn a functional way of life. I am grateful to have a sensitive, supportive husband who will listen to me and not judge my feelings. The best books I've found that give me support are those by Faber and Maslish in the How to Talk So Kids Will Listen and Listen So Kids Will Talk series. Also, I found that the family bed has really nurtured a strong family bond for us, and breastfeeding my children has given me more strength than anything, I think. I had no difficulty with my first, 4-year-old Emily, but after the birth of my twins, just before Emily was 3, we have had many challenges. I swore I would never, under any circumstances, spank a child of mine. But when my twins were 3 months old and I was awakened once or twice an hour at night, out of severe exhaustion and frustration, I did spank Emily, and I don't even remember why. It was a single spank, and I stopped myself. I placed her on her bed and locked myself in the bathroom to calm down. Minutes later, I told her that it was wrong of me to spank her and that I was sorry, and we cried together. It was a very powerful moment for us, and I have not spanked her again. We have recently moved to a new city, over 30 miles from family and friends. It took a lot of courage, but I placed ads in local papers and on the local cable channel looking for other homeschoolers. I found 2, and we meet once a week at my home to let the kids play, to make stuff, and to support each other. Here are some tips I have learned that help our days run smoothly. 1. Involve the kids in what you are doing. In my experience, they love to help wash dishes, fold laundry, make beds, stir soup, etc. 10 minutes of special helping mom time usually becomes an hour of quiet play. 2. Limit TV, both the kids and yours. Commercial TV especially makes us all a little edgy. 3. Plan outings once or twice each week. With planning, even grocery shopping can be a fun learning experience. 4. Look for other groups like Scouts, 4-H, etc. 5. Look for parks and rec activities. We drove 25 miles each week to a great playgroup for kids 6 months to 5 years old, where parents had to stay with the kids. My 4-year-old did fun craft projects, and I was able to sit on the floor with my twins and talk with other lonely mothers. 6. Create a daily routine with little rituals, but remain flexible. Kids like to know what's going to happen next, and they need to feel involved and needed. Plan something new each week. My 4-year-old and I have learned a lot together. We have learned how to make bread, taffy, tissue paper angels, paper chains, etc. In my experience, kids like to watch adults do interesting things. This year, I am planning to do something I have always wanted to do: learn to make patchwork quilts. 8. Volunteer. Helping others truly builds your self-esteem and helps you count your blessings. I am currently working on becoming a La Leche League leader. 9. Don't give up. There are plenty of books out there to help you with handling stress and parenting positively. Read as much as you can, but if a book makes you angry, don't read anymore. Find another one that helps you feel good about parenting. I want to encourage mother under stress that it's not important to have dealt with these issues successfully. It is important to take each day as it comes. Every day provides a new challenge. So just keep trying to learn more and to learn together with your children. That is the best part of homeschooling.